Hi, it's Rich Tarani reporting here from the Satellite 2010 show in Maryland, and today we're speaking with Jon Douglas, who's the marketing director of Spacenet. Jon, good afternoon. How are you?
Doing great. Good afternoon.
Thanks for being on our program. Could you give me a little bit of a background, please, on your company?
Sure. So Spacenet is one of the real founding companies in the satellite industry. So we've been around for about 30 years, primarily focused on VSAT satellite in the North American market. Recently, we've expanded our offering to include a number of managed services, or managed network services, incorporating various terrestrial connectivity methods with different applications, a custom-developed premise-based hardware platform called the Prism Pro, all incorporated into a single point with our VSAT satellite connectivity.
Now, can we talk a little bit about the Prism Pro and what it can do for a company?
Absolutely. Yeah, Prism's a fantastic device. It's a platform that'll allow you to deploy and manage virtually any kind of application. It'll take different input methods, so you could have DSL at one location, EVDO at another, or even VSAT at another. Let you manage all these from a single network, monitor your networks, monitor the applications, and it's even got a continuity platform built into it. So if it sees a problem with your terrestrial line, it can swap you over to a satellite connection automatically.
And you mentioned that you had a fast food customer earlier, right?
We do. A quick service restaurant with 500 locations who had a problem with their DSL line, as companies tend to do. And the Prism Pro swapped them over to the satellite network automatically. They actually didn't know they had a DSL problem until we told them.
So it's a tremendous business continuity enabler, I would imagine.
It really is. And it really focuses on or delivers the core promise, I think, of the managed network services, in that it lets you focus on your strategic core initiatives and leave the driving to us when it comes to the basic connectivity and the availability of your network.
Fantastic. So what sorts of things are you seeing on the other side of the house, the government side?
Government side, the big buzzword right now is emergency response and business continuity. We just recently did a big platform with the Red Cross. We donated a number of systems to the relief effort in Haiti with the Red Cross. And I think as a result, we're seeing a lot more interest in a quick deploy continuity network that can be maintained regardless of the disaster, regardless of the state of the terrestrial networks.
And so then the only challenge becomes powering it, I would imagine, right? You're just
exactly
dealing with those issues, whether it's solar or...
Right, and that's a good point. That's one of the lessons that we learn. I think the most important lesson you learn when you're building continuity networks is whatever could potentially go wrong is probably going to. We can do solar-powered units. We've got auto acquisition antennas so it can find the satellite itself. We've got a number of mobile platforms, deployable platforms. We've got any number of different pieces that we can integrate into it as a full-service agency to make sure, regardless of the situation, you can get all of your communications, voice, video, broadband data, whatever you need in any location, regardless, again, of the state of the terrestrial network.
I probably should have spoken to you a couple of weeks ago because Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey was just hit with a massive nor'easter with somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million homes out of service. So we probably could have all used your services had we spoken a little bit sooner. But now we're ready for the next disaster, aren't we?
Right, exactly.
So what is next for the company?
The big focus again is going to be for the enterprise side, more managed network services. We just brought on a huge customer, Regis, with I think 7,000 sites in the U.S. We think there's going to be a big focus of companies who want to outsource again the basic connectivity and focus more on things that generate money or save money for them. And on the government side, we've just launched a new division called Spacenet Integrated Government Services. That's going to be basically an engineering firm to help with comms on the move or satellite on the move, a number of other custom applications for the DoD or Ministry of Defenses around the world.
Oh, that's very exciting and necessary. So just as much IP bandwidth as I guess you can get is what they want, right?
It depends. So they're going to be more focused on mobility at the moment, is what we usually see with the government. Mobility, security, availability, reliability, all things absolutely critical to the government.
Sure.
Typically, depending on the application, sometimes a lot of bandwidth is necessary, sometimes just a little bit. But I think the mobility is the most difficult part. I think it's the most important part.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being on the program today.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.